I rode every single ride inside of Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. I'm going to go ahead and rate every single ride and put it all on a tier list, so that way you know the do's and don'ts of Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. Let's go. Alright everybody, before we go ahead and kick off this video, I have a couple of things to mention. First, we're not going to be going over anything that has to do with the theater or the fireworks. So Animal Kingdom is relatively a small park, so we're not going to be going over anything but the rides. There's only a couple rides here, so we're going to put them on a tier list, which brings me to my next point. We're going to be putting them from S, A, B, C, D, E, and F. That's going to be the tier list, S being the best, F being the worst. So basically how we're going to grade them is if the ride is thrilling, fun, theming, and the creepiness / animatronics, anything in that category, that's how we're going to base the ride off of. And let's go ahead and kick that off. Also, if you're new here, guys, hit that subscribe button because we do a lot of vacation and travel things, as well as my dog Woody, which is only a 6-month-old puppy. We also post him on the channel a lot. We do every single Monday. We have a new video with him, and we do a lot of shorts. So if you guys are interested in that, hit that subscribe button and join the Arent family. So let's go ahead and hop into this video. Let's go. All right, guys, so we're going to start off with the number 1 on the list, and that's going to go ahead and be the Triceratop Spin. Now, this ride is definitely more of a kid's ride. It is also in Dino Land of Animal Kingdom, so we're going ahead and start off towards the back of the park, and this is just more like a kid's ride that goes in a circle. It's kind of like the Aladdin or the Dumbo in the other parks. It is really more like a kid's ride. It's super weird, so let's go ahead and hop on this and check it out. Alright guys, we're getting off the Triceratop Spin, and we're gonna go ahead and give this no other than the E tier. Now, I'm giving this pretty low on the list because it is great for kids. It's really fun. You can tilt the dinosaur left and right, up and down. You can have a little fun with it, but it's also a kid's ride. So I have to give this low on the list only because it's meant for kids. If you're an adult, you might not really want to go on it, but some people still will. Listen, it's Disney after all. So let's go ahead and hop into the next ride. All right, guys, next up on the list, we got the more kid-friendly option, which is no other than Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now, this is more like a safari type ride where you hop on a truck and they take you through the back park of Disney where all the animals live, and they teach you about all the animals, show you all the animals in their natural habitat. It's super fun. So we're gonna go ahead and jump on this and give you the review after.
At time, they'll remain almost completely submerged under the surface, helping them to reach up and grab onto leaves and pull back.
Alright guys, we're hopping off at Kilimanjaro Safaris. Now this one is really fun for the younger audience. The kids will love seeing all these animals around. They have tons of animals, alligators, elephants, we got hippos, giraffes, anything you can imagine, you name it, it's there. Especially during the peak in the morning when they're all waking up and they're all active, when they're getting fed. It's really cool to see. It's really good for the kids. I would say this is honestly an S tier. Now, why is this an S tier? Because it is a long ride. You get a great ride time on here. You see a lot of animals, and you also get to be a part of the community, and you get to see what goes on inside of Disney Animal Kingdom. So let's go ahead and jump on the next ride. Let's go. All right, everybody. Next up, we got the Kali River Rapids. Now, this ride is especially fun when it's really hot outside, only because you're almost guaranteed every single time to get wet on this ride. Now, you might not get wet only because the ride does spin in 360 sometimes, so you could go backwards or forwards depending on the position and where you are on the ride. So you could either get soaked or you don't get soaked. But there's also at the end, there's a little bridge where people can soak you, so you're probably going to get wet. So it's really fun for a really hot summer day. Maybe not really for the colder days in Disney, but come on, it's like always hot in Disney. So let's go ahead and hop on that and check it out. Alright guys, we're hopping off the Kali River Rapids. Now this ride, of course, if it's hot outside, you're going to want to be on this ride. It is super fun. So I'm giving this no other than a tier. Now this is getting an A tier because it is one of the only water rides other than Splash Mountain, which is not open at the moment. It's now Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So this is one of the only other water rides around Walt Disney World, unless you go to the water park. And when it's hot outside, you're, especially in Animal Kingdom when the sun is beating down, you're going to want to get wet and get cooled off. So this ride is super fun. You get backwards drops, forwards drops, you get splashed at the end by the little elephants. It has a cool little scenery when you go around, especially the queue is really cool. So this ride is no other than an A tier. So let's go ahead and hop on the next ride and check it out. Next up, we got my favorite ride inside the entire park, and this is no other than Expedition Everest. Now this ride is super thrilling. It's a roller coaster, high speed, in the dark, outside. It's all over the place. Really fun, really high, and a super fast ride. So we're gonna head and jump on and give you guys the review after. Alright Alright guys, we're hopping off Expedition Everest right now. This one is really, really fun. I highly recommend everyone to go on this ride if you're in Animal Kingdom. You go uphill, super high up, and you go down to a broken tracks, and you roll backwards in the dark, and you see the giant Yeti, the animatronic Yeti. It's really, really fun. It might be a little bit scary for younger kids, but listen, it is really, really fun, especially the backwards drop when you go back up. It is so thrilling to be able to go on. So if you guys are ever in Animal Kingdom, and you're watching this video to go in Animal Kingdom, this is no other than another S tier, baby. This is really, really fun, this ride. So I advise everyone to go on this. The cube is really cool. It has all the old stuff from actual Mount Everest climbers, and some of them are props, but most of them are real. And it is really just a fun ride all around. It has a long wait time usually, so I'd advise getting a lightning lane for this one. If not, wait it out. Sometimes it's only 40 minutes. A lot of people don't stay in Animal Kingdom very long. So let's hop into our next ride. Let's go. Next up, guys, we got the Navi River Journey. Now, this ride is super slow. It's also a pretty decently long wait for what it is. It's a short ride, but it also does give you a lot to look at, and the little things that happen with the projections are really cool to look at. There's a lot going on in the ride. It's really a lot to take in, but it's also very short. So we're going to go ahead and jump on that and get you guys a review. Alright guys, coming off a Navi River Journey, we have one thing to say about this ride. Very, very slow. Air conditioning feels great, but it's a long wait for what it is. It's a very quick ride, and there's not much really going on in there other than animatronics moving around, and they're not really animatronics. They're very small little projections and things like that. I mean, it is more like a kiddie ride, I would say, but it's more like a boat little ride that takes you around a river, shows you all about the Navi, and you have the giant animatronic at the end of the ride, which is really cool that everyone goes for and everyone takes pictures of. What can I say? This ride is probably E tier as well. I'll give this one an E tier as well, only because it only makes sense. It's a slow ride. It's kind of basic. It's just more of a visual ride than anything else. It just still relax you and take you through there and have a little bit of fun while you're looking at some stuff. It's really no other than that. So I would have to say this is an E tier. Alright everybody, this brings me to our next ride, which is back inside of Dino Land. It is no other than Dinosaur. Now this ride is really old and really scary for most audience. Even I get scared on this ride, and I'm so used to going on these rides. But this one is a little bit more rough around the edges. It's really bumpy. It hurts your back a little bit. You get jump scared often inside the ride. It's very dark, and it's going to be scary unless you're really in love with dinosaurs and you're fascinated by them. Even the kids might be a little scared unless they're really fascinated by dinosaurs and they love them. But this ride is a little bit scary, so let's go ahead and jump on and get a review.
Listen up. We've got to get in, grab the bonnet on.
Alright guys, coming off a Dinosaur, what can I say about this one? This one's going to have to go straight to the bottom at the F tier. Now, a reason why I'm saying this, most people may really enjoy it. I think it's a cool ride. I really do. I think it's really awesome how they make all this stuff come to life. The animatronics are super cool, but it's very, very scary for younger kids if they don't like dinosaurs. Plus, you do get scared by a dinosaur that gets shot at your face while you go down a small little drop. It's not even really a drop, I would say. It's towards the end of the ride, spoiler alert, but it's very dark and very bumpy. The flashing lights, the jump scares, it's really just going to be a lot for most audience that are going to get on this ride. It is a little bit scary. So, in my opinion, I think this is an F tier because it's really bumpy. They need to renew this ride, make it a little bit better, and that's what I can say about that. I mean, the idea of the ride is really cool, but I just think they could do so much better. So, we're going to go ahead and hop on our last ride. Let's go. Alright guys, our final ride of the video, we have Avatar Flight of Passage. Now, you already know where this is going on my tier list. This is one of my favorite rides inside the park. So we're going to go ahead and hop on this ride and give you guys a review about it. Alright guys, we're getting off of Avatar right now, so what can I tell you? This is one of my favorite rides inside the park. This is definitely a S tier. The reason why I give this an S tier is literally because it immerses you so well inside the queue. You go inside the little room, they spray you, they do air test on you and all this stuff, and they make you turn into an actual avatar. You actually get to link to an avatar and go ahead and get onto a Banshee, and it really makes you feel like you're there. It's honestly one of the most insane rides that they've made. It's kind of like Soarin', but it's also two different things because you're sitting down in this one on a Banshee, you feel it breathing, you feel it poking you, and you get the 3D glasses that make everything feel super real. They spray water at you, the scents and all that. It's honestly a really cool ride, really immersive. Even though it's a 5-minute long ride, that also jacks up the wait time for this ride. So if you're going to go on this ride, you're probably going to want to get a lightning lane, because honestly, it is really always a long wait. And you could probably rope drop this and get it faster. It's always a good idea to grab a lightning lane for this ride. So guys, that's going to go ahead and conclude our video for the tier list of Disney's Animal Kingdom inside of Walt Disney World Orlando Resort. Now, if you guys agree or disagree, let me know down below in the comments. If you guys want to join the Arent family, go ahead and slap that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, and I hope to see all you guys in my next videos upcoming. We got some vacation stuff coming out, and we got some puppy stuff coming out. We got Woody's Life Mondays coming out. We got a lot of stuff going on, so I hope to see you there, and peace out, guys.